Everyone wants to be great, but not everyone knows how. And everyone's got a treasure inside, dying to find its way out. And we're all scared.
Hey, how y'all doing? And thanks for tuning in. We've been kind of quiet on this channel for a while, so I guess I'm gonna try some new stuff here. And this is a new series here. I'll kind of go through all the years and how I got here today. You know, back in back in late 2001 there, and I was about 20 years old, you know, and I'd always had it in my mind to be a truck driver. You know, it's something I was always intrigued by, and you know, all my my teen years and everything, you know, all my pickup truck, you know, I was one of those guys that had my CB radio on in there, and you know, talking with the truck drivers all the time, and hanging out with the group of friends that I all had back then. Were a bunch of rednecks, and you know, they all had, you know, pickups and CBs, and we'd all get together and cruise around the cruise strip and all that, you know, and raising hell and using our CBs all the time, just having fun. But I just had been living in Ohio. Moved to Ohio when I was 19, went there for a while, stayed with my brother, came back to Colorado when I was 20, got a job at the Kmart distribution center there in Brighton, as I lived right there just outside of Brighton, right by up the road from the Werner terminal and all that. So I worked there for 3 months, unloading or loading trucks and doing warehouse work and stuff, and ended up getting fired from there because I signed up for extra duty and then on a Saturday, and I called off, so they used that as an excuse to get rid of me, because they were getting rid of as many people as they could. You know, it was right at the time when Kmart went downhill. So anyway, got a job up at the Walmart. They hired me because I had experience stocking groceries at night, because I was doing that in Ohio at Myers. So, well, I worked at Walmart for a few months there, you know, and well, we all used to, you know, we'd go in and they had the big bulk candy, you know, things, and we used to do the same thing at Meijer too. Like, all of us at night, we'd walk by and grab a handful of candy, you know, eating and stuff. Well, anyway, we got caught because we knew that the cameras on that part of the store weren't turned on. They had cameras, but we knew they didn't work. But somebody turned us in, and so anyway, me and several other people got fired. So I was like, so I went and worked there for a while. Tried working as like a security guard for a little while, you know, stupid stuff. And then finally after I turned 21, after I picked up the paper, and it's like, you know, you can go to truck driving school. And I was like, alright, like, it sounds good. Something, like, now's a good time. Something I always want to do. So I called them, I got enrolled, and it was in I would say it was in a national school. So instead of just going to a local school, I ended up with this national school. So they put me on a Greyhound bus and shipped me up. It was February, sorry, in the middle of January 2002. So they shipped me up anyway to Burlington, Iowa, where they were having a truck driving school through the community college there. So I started truck driving school, and you know, but I think it was like a 2-week course, so they put us through 2 weeks of training. And I mean, I remember you know, it was pretty crazy. Like, the first day on the course, it was pretty comical because, it was like they had like cones lined up and the truck was straight, and you had to straight line back, and I'm trying to back up and the trailer's just wiggling all over the place. And and it was already straight to begin with, and I couldn't keep it straight for nothing. And so we just practiced and practiced, all day long until we got it, and then we learned, just the basic, and then they'd take you out for drives and you're driving around town, just really basic stuff that they teach you in truck driving school, not much. But anyway, so I went through the course, and but while I was there, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we met a lot of good people at that time, which I don't, anymore. I don't know where any of them are anymore, because at that time there was no social media or anything to keep track of people. So I don't know whatever happened to them. And according to, statistics in the trucking industry, I'm sure probably, 90% of them probably fell out pretty fast. But we had a lot of fun. At night we went and hung out at the clubs, and drinking and crap, and then go back and crash at the motel and get up next morning, go back to class and everything. So, but anyway, on February 7th in 2002, I got my certificate, and I had my license, which was an Iowa license, so I had to take that. I got on the bus and I had to go back to Colorado and get a call and just transfer my CDL, and actually got my Colorado CDL where I was living at. So that wasn't no big deal. I just had to take like another little paper test, to transfer my CDL. So I had an Iowa CDL for like a week. But anyway, yeah, so that was that's where I first got started. Now, we filled out some trucking applications in trucking school. They made us fill them out, like Stevens Transport and some other ones, and I didn't get any offers from anybody, so I went and did it on my own, and actually had gotten hired by Warner Enterprises. And I called Warner, and they're like, well, it's going to take us like 6 weeks to get you a trainer available. So almost like I wanted to go to work now, and so I ended up putting an application with Covenant, and they're like, yeah, man, just come on. They put me on a bus, shipped me out to orientation, and just out there in Southern California, there by Ontario, and they had a terminal down there, and went through their orientation and got picked up with my trainer, and off I went. So, alright, well, that will be the first installment here of my trucking story, and we'll talk to you all next time.
Everyone wants to be great, but not everyone knows how. And everyone's got a treasure inside, dying to find its way out. And we're all scared of failure, but I'm more afraid of regret. And maybe it's me, caught in a free fall tonight. And maybe I'm finally about to hit the ground, or maybe I can fly. This could be a bad disaster, or everything I want and more. This could be what dreamers live for. One good thing about death is the chance it's not today. So I'll take